Hello and welcome to Viewpoint. I'm Volodymyr Solub, and we're joined by school teacher and NGO worker turned TV news producer from Donetsk in eastern Ukraine, Kateryna Malofeyeva. Katya, welcome to Viewpoint.
Hello, Vladimir.
Katya, the past 2 years have changed a lot of Ukrainians' lives. There was a Euromaidan revolution, an illegal annexation of Crimea by Russia, and a war in eastern Ukraine. And you're one of these people. You became a TV news producer for foreign media. Tell us, how did it happen?
Well, my first working day was 11th of April, when I was invited by my colleague to be a translator, to be an interpreter for one foreign journalist from The Independent. And at that time, we didn't expect that war will come to my country. Unfortunately, we didn't know about it. And then, after all...
and you were still living in Donetsk then, right?
Yeah, I was living in Donetsk, and then after translating, I joined famous TV crews and just became a TV producer.
So tell us, how difficult it was for you to learn the tradecraft of being a TV producer? Did you take any courses? Did you go to any classes? How did you learn?
I had great teachers, because I worked with the most prominent medias, and they taught me how to be objective, how to be impartial in my work. Another thing.
So it was learning by doing.
Learning by doing, because I didn't I didn't study journalism at university, and the only things that I did were my simple, ordinary articles when I was a teenager for local newspaper.
So you did write some articles back in the school?
Yeah, I did.
So basically it was some sort of your calling back from the past?
I like it because it met my expectations. I like to travel, I like to communicate with people, and I like to use my foreign languages. Another situation that we didn't study how to work in dangerous environment. This is we actually did by our intuition.
Yeah, and that's very interesting. How did it feel when you changed the classroom and then the office to the trenches on the front lines?
It was a new experience for us. As my colleague journalist told me, Katya, you should understand that war in your country can be only once. And some people chose a way of escapism, and other people decided to stay. And I decided to try myself. I was sure in myself and in my... I knew that everything will be okay.
Can you tell us, who did you work for in the past year? I understand this was mostly foreign media, right?
Majority of media from all the countries, all European countries, and CBC News, Al Jazeera, BBC, prominent media.
Well, the situation in eastern Ukraine, in your home city of Donetsk, is complicated, to say the least, in the past year. How difficult it is for you, a native resident of Donetsk, to work for foreign media in Donetsk?
It was not difficult to work for foreign media, because they were always friendly to me. Another thing was to work on both sides of the conflict, to cover this conflict and to see how people from both sides they die, and you see how they suffer. This is the question was about moral issues. This question was very difficult in moral sense.
Yeah, but what about the environment? You have been living in Donetsk since day one of the hostilities. How difficult it is for you as a Ukrainian, as a native of Donetsk, to be maneuvering there?
It's a very nice question, because but you know, I was always friendly to people, and when you speak to a person who is who at the beginning seems very dangerous, scary, terrifying, terrific, then after all you speak to him and you understand that in every person is a human, every person is an individual, and you should find approach to how to deal with him.
So you're finding your way by kindness?
By kindness and probably some charm.
Well,
inner charm.
Yeah, that's definitely working for you. Can we talk a little bit about your work? Obviously, when working on the front lines during the wartime, you must be in some dangerous situations. Can you recall a moment when you were in a particularly dangerous situation, the moment when you were even afraid of your life?
Sure, there were many cases when I was scared. Especially we can go back to summer of 2014, when no one actually knew what is happening. We didn't believe media. We didn't trust Ukrainian media or Russian media, and the only thing that we could do is only to switch on our senses and to understand what's going on. And basically, I remember many cases when I was on the edge of death, when people were threatening me with gun, and they were pointing on me gun, and then suddenly, for example, you could appear between Ukrainian tanks and Russian separatists just in the middle, and you should work very actively. Then if we
okay, this must be very difficult emotionally for you. How are you taking it? How are you coping with this?
Well, you know, when you are in dangerous situation, you switch on all your senses. You don't feel fear. You only think about how to survive. After all, after the situation...
Well, trust me, a lot of people panic in the dangerous situations.
I don't panic. I don't feel the panic exactly in a dangerous moment, like it was in Debaltseve this year, 2015. We went with my TV crew to Debaltseve, and then very heavy shelling started. We couldn't understand because of echo where the shells were coming from, and we just, it was very dangerous, very scary, and we hardly could move. We were just almost crawling on the ground because when shell is landing, you should be as closer to the ground as possible, and you should protect all your limbs, all your body, especially your head.
So these safety tips, where did you learn them?
Unfortunately, I learned them only in summer. So 1.5 years I worked without this particular knowledge, and I don't know. It was the problem of most foreign media who don't care, who don't support their fixers, their producers, because they don't get any specific training how to deal with dangerous environment.
Understood. Katya, can we talk a little about the life in Donetsk? Obviously, without going into politics, we don't want to get you into trouble. But our viewers don't get a chance to hear firsthand from a person who lives in Donetsk. How is life there? So tell us, how is life in Donetsk these days?
At the moment.
Yes.
Well, in September this year, we see that many cars, we can see many luxurious cars. So it seems that all people, as we call Donetsk, those people came back again to Donetsk. At the same time, we see people who still live on the outskirts of Donetsk, where international humanitarian aid couldn't reach because they don't work with outskirts. They work only with lines of attachment, like gray zones, as we call them. And it's difficult to get supply of humanitarian aid, of medicine, of etc. So,
Katya, why do you think you said that those people from Kyiv are now coming back to Donetsk? You're seeing the luxurious cars, so the Donetsk rich are back in town. Why is this happening?
Because
in your
I didn't
opinion?
see them. I didn't see them for
but
1 year.
why do you think this is happening now? Do you think they feel safer, or they're just running out of money to live in Kyiv?
Well, frankly saying, it's a massive feeling that war is over. I see it, I hear it from Ukrainian army soldiers, I hear it from pro-Russian separatists. So it seems that people have a hope to start new life again.
Kateryna, very, very briefly, a lot of people left Donetsk last year, last summer, well, at all points of time, because of fear of fighting. Why did you stay? Why you never left Donetsk?
I couldn't do it because that time I understood that I need to be with my people. People from my origins are from Donetsk, so I was born in Donetsk, despite on Ukrainian passport. And I understood that if everyone is leaving, I must help somehow. And when I didn't have work, I tried to help however was possible. Like I visited bomb-proof shelters with humanitarian aid. I tried to help different people to deal with their life, maybe through networking, providing contacts, or for instance, I had many requests how to, when people were deadly that ill.
Yeah, in a sense, so you were doing some important humanitarian job while also being a TV news producer. Katya, that's very interesting to hear from you firsthand out of Donetsk. Many thanks for finding the time to come and talk to us. This was Vladimir Sulhu for Ukraine Today, together with the TV news producer from Donetsk and Eastern Ukraine, Kateryna Malofeyeva. Thank you for watching us.